Ateneo came out with a purpose and put down the hammer in set number 2 with a 25-11 finish, tying it one set apiece with UE. As you look at the crowd starting to really fill up the seats here at the arena in San Juan. Take a look at some of the highlights of set number 2.
Well, clearly that set was dominated by Ateneo. They wanted to get back at the UE for that loss in the first set. The excellent defense showed to us by Ateneo both in the front line and in the back line. And what's even better is that the coverage of Ateneo was much better here in the second set than that of the first set.
When you see Ateneo play their real game, you kind of figure that the first set, Ateneo was taking it way too easy.
Yes, that's right.
Because UE, it seems to me, in the first set, already poured out everything. And in set number 2, when Ateneo really released what their game is, you saw the discrepancy of skill-wise, play-wise, you know, talent-wise, what Ateneo can really do on the floor. And UE unable to keep up as you see the score, really a huge difference, a huge gap, 25-11 in favor of Ateneo. That was the last point scored by Pascual of the Lady Eagles. Some stats for you.
Well, clearly, second set was really dominated by Ateneo with 15 points from attacks as compared to UE's 9 in terms of successful sets. Look at this. Ateneo has 23 as compared to only 4 of UE. In terms of unforced errors, Ateneo actually did UE a favor by committing about 8. While Ateneo had only 1, or rather, UE committed 8 and Ateneo only has 1.
On that 23-4 statistic set-wise between Ateneo and UE, if you were to pick on who to really designate as a setter for UE, who would you really give a tremendous amount of time to?
Meaning, who will get more playing time as a setter? I think at this point it would still be Rivera. Since in terms of experience, she has a lot more.
Well, Rivera is at the front line. Let's see if she does play setter. Masangkay is also on the floor. So basically 2 setters on the floor right now for Coach Van De Jesus.
Let's see if they are going to utilize both setters. Sometimes what the coaches does is if the setter is in the back line, siya yung magsaset. And whoever is in the front line would attack. So I think that's what they're doing right now. Masangkay is in the back line. She is setting. Rivera is in the front line, and she will
attack. And that is a successful play for UE that time around on the Rivera attack. Rivera is one of those versatile players who can play setter and spiker.
That's right. That's right. And I'm sure a lot of people still remember the very famous player of FE, Semana, who also played dual positions. She is sometimes an attacker and sometimes also a setter.
That's very rare for setters to be able to actually score on spikes.
That's right. And of course, parang it's a different skill, diba? Mahirap na i-master ang setting. Siyempre, kapag attacker ka pa and both Rivera and Semana are not exactly that tall, they would have to exert extra effort. And I think that both of them are doing quite good in this dual position task that they're given.
And Masangkay also. And she is just in her second year. Masangkay, we've seen her become an outside hitter for UE several times.
It's very good training, I think.
But would it be recommended for a player to concentrate on 2 departments, 2 aspects of the game?
But I think the coaches usually assess if the player can handle it. I mean, not all players
would you really want your player to do both, or would it be best for her to concentrate on just one thing?
It would be best to concentrate on one thing, but I guess if I were the player, I would want to learn both because it would benefit me.
Extra skill.
That's right. It would depend then on the lineup that you have. If you have a deep bench and you can see na ang dami mo naman pwedeng i-train maging attacker, you can ask that particular player to just focus on setting. But if you see that she has the skill in both setting and attacking, why not utilize it both?
And you need one more person on that's the spiker end. Why not? 4-3 in favor of Ateneo. Ferrer. Long Strong set there for Inglet.
Oh, that set was too low.
You see Elaine Rosas. I don't know if you can see it from your TV screens, but Elaine Rosas is all wrapped up on her right shoulder and extending all the way to her right bicep. Poor reception there by Rivera. Out of bounds, no check ball, and it's a point for UE.
You can see that Ateneo is already experimenting on the plays that they have on floor.
There's Masangkay of the Lady Warriors for serving 5. Underhand set, a little too close to the net, and the tip, close-fisted tip by Alangilan goes out of bounds. Ateneo goes on top by 2 now, 6-4. And Gretchen Ho will serve for Ateneo. Pascual checks back in for the Lady Eagles. Another poor reception on the serve by the Lady Warriors, Ferrer. Short set, and Pascual was put in specifically for that.
And I guess right now, as we mentioned earlier, you'll see more plays from Ateneo. So makita mo merong mga umiikot-ikot na dyan in the front line.
So Coach Roger Gorayev giving everyone a taste of Ateneo's offense in the 72nd season of the women's volleyball tournament. 8-4, Ateneo up by 4 in set number 3. And still, people are filing in to the arena in San Juan. And if you're within the area and you got nothing else to do, why not check out the games live? It's a totally different experience than just seeing it on TV. The action is much faster, and the sounds are much more intense.
Right, look at the line. Wow.
Standing all the way around.
I know.
Near the broadcast fan already and the parking lot of the arena. We're definitely gonna pack this place up for sure. This is just the first match of Sunday doubleheader. Yeah, I think 3 times already on the Gretchen Ho serve, and that UE has not been able to receive properly.
That's right. If there's one thing UE has to improve at this point, it would have to be their service reception, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to set up good attacks.
And if not for the service error of Ateneo, the Lady Warriors would not be able to get the serve back. Let's see if they make something out of this. Oh, Inglet.
Excellent play there, Eric.
Buried that one.
He's happy.
So was the crowd.